This is like my 10th time recording. Alright, so I decided that it might be both fun and a learning experience for me to hire some artists for the Halloween special. I made a post about this on Twitter that I was debating on it, and I decided, you know what, why not? So, the Halloween special is going to be made up entirely of CGs, and while I'm going to do majority of the CGs, it's just, kind of nice to have a little bit of help. So, this is what this video is about. So, I have the application in a Google Docs form, and I'm just going to explain the application and, set up some rules so everyone goes in completely transparent. So let's just get the simple stuff out of the way. The information that I'm going to be needing in the application will be your user handle, your ID for either Discord or Twitter so I can contact you, and a link to your art so I can see what you're able to do. One thing to clarify is that I'm turning this into a paid volunteer, which means that while it is going to function exactly like a volunteer, you are going to get some money out of it. But in terms of money payment, we're going to discuss that in private rather than in the application. In terms of art, I'm not going to necessarily look for exactly the Danganronpa art style. I know that is a bit difficult, but I'm looking for either something that is the Danganronpa art style or something that's an art style that's clearly inspired by the Danganronpa art style. The other thing that I'm definitely going to expect is the basic rules of keeping things confidential. While the people who do end up getting picked, they're not going to know the entire Halloween special. They're basically only going to know the context of the scene they are drawing the CG for, and that's about it. But even if it's not something that you think it's a spoiler, please do not go around telling people what's happening in the Halloween special. I find that leakage to be extremely disrespectful. So, again, I do expect some level of respect in terms of that type of situation, but that should have been a given. Other important information to note would be that I set up the Google form so that you should only be able to submit once. So please do not rush it or leave the form incomplete and then submit it because you're technically not supposed to be able to fill it again. If you have some questions that you don't feel like this video answered, you can go into the comment section and ask some questions. So long as the questions are reasonable, I'll try my best to answer it. And I guess one other thing to note, this should have been a given, but just in case, because this is a Halloween special, that also means I'm going to need the art assets way before Halloween. So as of right now, I decided that the due date will be October 1st. So if you feel like you are way too busy, you don't have to fill out the form. I do appreciate the thought though. With that being said, I think that's the main things that one needs to know. I hope you guys have a great day and I hope this works out. Until then, I'll be looking at your submissions while also working on the trial.